First of all, I'm ecstatic about the win. I think we beat a good team that's been playing good and has a tough time losing some very tight games. But the job Miles has done here is unbelievable. Tim's done he's done a great job. I watch his team. They play hard. They play well. They're very well coached. Tonight we made some mistakes. We're still struggling in two areas that trying to change, and that's our turnovers and our defensive rebounding, but give them credit. Size hurt us, and we had Ward and Goins sicker than dogs. They've been out a couple days. They both had the flu, and I'm just happy they could go. But if you watch both of them, they were dying, and yet we got some play out of a lot of guys, with, of course, Bridges, but Kenny gets 10, and Nick gets 10, and Cassius gets 10. Elvin Ellis gets some. Langford hits a big shot late. Getting better, but boy, we got a long way to go. And I thought his team is, they just keep fighting. I don't know what to say about them. I've never seen a team that's lost more close games than they have, and yet I still think they're going to be a team that's going to give some people problems. Especially, we put a lot into those two guards. And when they came with that double big lineup, and especially when we were in trouble already inside, that really concerned me. So just happy to take the win and get hell out of Dodge.
Tom, the decision to start Goins, could you talk about it? Because obviously it worked, but just...
Oh, no, I'm glad you asked. No, that was strictly because of sickness. Kenny missed, Kenny only missed one day, but Nick missed two, and then yesterday he just couldn't do much. And so, to be honest with you, I gave him the opportunity. I said, would you rather start or come off the bench? And he said, because he hadn't seen enough, he'd rather come off the bench this game. And, I don't know if you could watch, but he was hurting. And so it had nothing to do with a change in the lineup. It just had to do with sickness.
Tom, are you the three-point shooting coach?
Yeah. I was. I'm gonna do that too. Hasn't been a year where I like myself very much. So tonight, if you give me the right to accept that, I'm gonna accept it. But I thought my staff did a pretty good job. Those two guards, I think, are as good a guard tandem as there is in the league. They're lethal. They use those ball screens so well. They can shoot it. I like both guys. And. We put a lot into stopping them. We didn't stop them, but I thought we did contain them somewhat, made them earn their shots, and so maybe my staff deserves more credit than I do, and the players.
Tom, you guys won back-to-back games for the first time in a while.
Forever I think it's been, if you want the truth.
How big of a boost can that give you guys to kind of come down the stretch?
Well, like I tell my guys all the time up there, we're still a work in progress. We really are. We still have deficiencies. We still have scary moments if somebody gets 2 or 3 fouls. But this team is starting to learn how to play harder, and we did execute some great things in a 10-minute stretch. We got a little sloppy at the end, but I just think we're getting better because we're playing together. Bridges now has had 3 weeks back with us. We're learning how to play with him. Nick Ward is, Cassius Winston has been a big boost. He's can do some things offensively, and he's getting better defensively. So there are a lot of pluses to build on. But in this league right now, the way it's going, I don't feel comfortable playing anybody. Definitely didn't feel comfortable here because of the respect I have for Tim and his program. And the fans are great here. You guys got something special here.
Tom, for all the talk and questions about rotations and all that stuff this year, and then with the injuries, when you do get to this point in the year and all these guys have played, and you can go 11 guys, is there at least a payoff there?
I guess that is a plus. Really, it probably is because, Elvin came in and did some good things tonight. Believe it or not, we got a little bit out of Kyle Arns. It only says 3-4 minutes, but he's been practicing so much better, and I thought Langford hit that big 3. I don't know, it was 12 or 14, and that was a big shot. And, I still think this team has a lot of growth because I think we'll get better inside if those two guys get healthy. But our margin for error is still slim, but it's probably a little better than I think because of what you said. Sometimes you have quality depth. Sometimes you have quantity depth. We have quantity depth that has a little quality.
What was the scout on Jack McVay and Jariah Horn, and did you get what you were looking for out of your defense tonight?
You know, we did. We thought McVay, you know, even though he hasn't been shooting well, that's what he is. He's a shooter. And, you know, I thought we did a decent job staying up on him with Bridges. And, you know, Horn is a guy that we thought was an instant offense guy that, you know, missed some shots. I mean, trust me, we've done this many a games, you know. But I thought we did a decent job of letting those two guards not penetrate and get guys open shots. So that's a big part of their offense, and I thought that's what we did the best job of. We didn't get them in a position where they could just sit out there and knock shots down, and McVay's very good at that.
So is this the best the ball movement's been for you guys, especially maybe in that 10-minute segment you were talking about?
I thought that 10-minute segment was the best ball movement. In fact, one of their assistants said that to me. You know, we still, you know, that's part of learning to play together, and but I did think we moved the ball better. Miles, we moved it around 2-3 times side to side. He drives down the middle, dumps it off for Kenny for a dunk. You know, those kind of plays. We got to get better at it, but we are making some improvement. I thought in that stretch, in the last 6 minutes, you know, I did pull off things, pull off our break. Probably my fault, but at the same time, I knew what my bigs were going up against, and I just did what I thought was right.
Tom, it's to have your best two probably team wins back-to-back, but to have your best one in February, that's got to be a silver lining in what's been a cloudy at times season. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you know, it's been cloudy. I mean, because we haven't won as much, but as I told you, you know, I still understand where this team is, and I really do believe I know this team. Just like, you know, that could have been a 20-point win, but I still didn't think we did the things at times that we need to do if we're going to become a real good team. I mean, can this team become a great team? You know, got a long way to go for that. Can it become a very good team that will get better? And if it gets better in the next month, you know, who knows what happens. But it can. We got to shore up some of those things we did a poor job of because they hurt us with some things. I learned some good things. I think that's a very good screening team. And we're not a very good screening team right now, so we'll get better.
Now you don't play this weekend. How important is that with a couple of big guys kind of trying to get back and then?
It's really important for that. You know, I thought Nick was decent yesterday. Kenny was pretty good. And yet, looking at him on the floor tonight, DJ just kept trying to rotate him. Used Matt Van Dyke a little bit. But we were slow all night in those two guys. Kenny got those fouls cutting out, and so we're going to need tomorrow off and then figure out what to do. Again, another little glitch in the schedule that might benefit us some just because of our situation.
Did some of the older players on your team kind of take this game a little more personally than others, given they've
That
come
we've
out
never
kind of
won
short over
here
the last
or anywhere else. Nebraska's beaten us like a drum. In fact, I don't think we had any players that beat Nebraska. Is that what you're asking? You know, that's the funny thing in the Twitter era. Nobody thinks about yesterday or the day before. So there's positives to Twitter. I just haven't found one yet. But that era, it seems like people don't think about the past as much. I do, but you have to ask them. I didn't hear that as a battle cry, you know, and maybe that's good because right now we just got to get better every day. Anything else? Thanks a lot.